What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Nate, and I am back with another tier list. Okay, now we've covered the point guards, we've covered the small forwards, but in this video, we are back and we are covering the power forwards. Okay, again, these are the top power forwards of the 21st century. So I stepped away for a bit, kind of on a fitness journey right now, and I'm still making my investment videos. So check those out. But I am going to be more consistent. I'm going to try my hardest to push out more content, at least one or two videos weekly. If I could make one every day, I would. But the way my time is set up right now, it's almost impossible. So without further ado, we can get straight to it. All right. So again, this list is comprised of This list is comprised of some of the best power forwards to play in the 21st century. All of these players are good, and just some are better than the rest. And just like any other list I've made, we have it set up where table one is gonna be your top 5 guys on this list. Table 2, 6 through 14. 3 will be 15 through 23. 4, 24 through 32, and so on and so on. Now, I have cheated a bit in the past videos, which I've had to because it is kind of tough to rank these guys blindly. As you can see, I can't see the heads or who are, of who's next. But when I pull these guys, I'll kind of rank them the way I feel they should be ranked, basically tier 1 through 6. Some of these will be easy and some of these will be tough. So let's get to it. First up, we got LaMarcus Aldridge. Okay, multiple time All-Star. Man, you really can't go wrong with LaMarcus Aldridge. He was like a younger version of Tim Duncan at some point. I'm gonna go 24 through 32, and I honestly think he could go up, but if this is where we're starting, I'm gonna go with tier 4 for him. Okay, and his career was cut short due to health issues. I hated that. Let me see what else we got. Ooh, okay, Antoine Walker. I kind of put him in the. Oh no, I kind of put him in the same tier as a LaMarcus Aldridge. Antoine Walker did end up winning the championship with the Miami Heat. He was a multiple time All-Star with the Celtics. And he is definitely who not to look up to as a young player. Well, his story is incredible now, but if you were a young player, his financial history was a rocky one. Paolo Banchero, young guy. I'm gonna go table 5 now. I don't know. He may move up, may move down, but a guy like Paolo, we know he can score the ball, but it's still early. We don't really know the ceiling for him. Blake Griffin. I'm gonna go tier 3 for Blake. Okay. Blake used to be my favorite. I ain't gonna say my favorite. He was one of my top 3 power forwards. He was the most exciting for sure. In his prime, I feel like he was just as dominant as any other power forward at the position. Carlos Boozer, and Utah Carlos Boozer at that. Man, I think I'll tier 4 for Boozer. Man, what him and D Will had in Utah was crazy. And when he went to Chicago with D Rose, he was still a 20 and 10 type of guy. So, and he was very efficient, man. You see what else we got? Damn, come on, man. Okay, Boris Diaw. Okay, I'm gonna go tier 6. Now, Boris Diaw, though, I will say this. Probably the best passer. I'm imagining he probably gonna be the best passer on this list. He played a role and he played a role really well. He was a second unit guy for the most part. He did start on a couple different teams. He was really good with Spurs, really good with Phoenix, but his role was never like to take over anything like that. But he always showed up in big games. But I'm gonna go tier 6 because I kind of look at him as like he wasn't a top priority. He wasn't a top 4. He probably was like the 5th guy on a squad or 6th guy on a squad. Chris Bosh, easy. This is table 2 for me. And he could move up, but I'm gonna go table 2. Chris Bosh in his prime, Toronto's Chris Bosh, even Miami Chris Bosh, unstoppable. But especially in Toronto, unstoppable. Easy 20 and 10. Honestly, he can go out there and get you 30 and 10 with ease. What else we got? Brandon Bass. Okay, I'm gonna go table 6 for Brandon Bass. What I did like about his game, he could catch and shoot that mid range really well. Strong, ferocious dunker, but his career was not like that. David Lee. I'm gonna go table 6 with him. At one point, though, I will say, because he is an all-star, David Lee was a really good power forward at his time. He could stretch the floor. He was a good passer. I won't say he was as good as Boris Diaw, but he was a good passer. But Golden State got rid of him when they took off because they knew he didn't fit the system the way a Draymond Green would. Sorry, I need a drink. All right, who else we got? Ooh, David West. I'm gonna go table. I'm gonna go 5, but I will say this though, I look at David West the same way I look at a guy like a LaMarcus Aldridge, even a Boozer. I put him table 4 for now. Bruiser down low. What him and Chris Paul was doing in New Orleans was amazing. He was extremely reliable. He was a multiple-time All-Star, I believe. Just later in his career, you saw the decline, but man, when he was out there, he was definitely that guy. AD, come on, man. I would say, because it's 21st century, I'm gonna go table 1. I think anybody who knows basketball knows that he's better than everyone else I've put on here so far. You could argue a Chris Bosh maybe, but I believe AD is the only top 75 player so far. Okay. Dirk, there we go. Dirk, table 1. I actually moved him in front of AD. Dirk is the best player on here thus far. I think Dirk's the number 4, something like that. He's in the top 6 all-time lead scorers. I would say he probably had the best championship run of all time, beating the Lakers, beating LeBron, beating Kobe, and he beat everybody to win the chip. We know Dirk. Now, Draymond Green, man, I'll go on a limb and say this. I am not a Draymond Green fan. I am not a Draymond Green fan. I don't feel what he did for Golden State, playing with the best shooter of all time and arguably the second or third greatest shooter of all time. His role was really easy. But what I will say is you still have to have skill to do what he did. He essentially was the leader of the team so far as running the offense, because those guys just ran. He was the one getting them the ball. So he was like a point guard. He was like a point forward. And he chose to guard the best big man on the opposing team in big games. I'm not gonna say every night. Again, not a fan, but I gotta go table 3. If it really, and this is preference. Obviously I would put him table 6 because I truly don't believe Draymond's stats transfer anywhere else. This guy is like a 7-7-7 guy for his career. Not terrible, but is arguably the worst numbers on. Like, his numbers would probably match a Boris Diaw. They are similar players. The difference is Boris Diaw could somewhat score the ball. And he could handle the ball a lot better, I would say. Tim Duncan. Okay, that's the new number 1. Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward to ever play this game. 5-time champion. There's really not much to say. This is a top 8 player to ever play the game of basketball. Okay. And Dirk, I would say Dirk's a top 20 player to ever play the game. So there's that. What else we got? Elton Brand. See, he's another one of those guys, man. He's like a David West, Carlos Boozer type of guy. So I'm gonna throw him with those guys for now. But obviously I will have to move some guys around, and it's gonna be based off who I like the most. But Elton Brand's one of those guys. He was a dominant big man. At one point, he was the leader of a team where every night he went out there and he did his thing. Evan Mobley. Okay. So it's still early. He is a multiple time All-Star, I believe. I'm gonna put him table 5 for now. The reason I would do that is because Evan Mobley has never been the best player on his team. And a lot of these guys have. Now, I think Evan Mobley has the potential to do that. I would say he's, for the most part, been the second best player. Some would argue the team that he was on with Mitchell and Garland. Some would say that Garland was the second best player. But honestly, I would say that it's Evan Mobley. And then you got Jared Allen there who, yeah. But I would say Evan Mobley's probably not now. Obviously, they have James Harden as well. But I would say Evan Mobley is second or third best player on his squad. We got KG. Okay, there we go. Table 1. It's easy when you see names like this, okay? These are for sure locks for table 1. KG, champion with the Celtics with Ray Allen, Paul Pierce. At one point, he was the first player to get that $20 million contract, I believe, when they was calling him the big ticket for that reason. What he did at Minnesota, he's arguably the best player to ever play for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ant might be coming for that, but as of right now, that is KG's. KG is another one of those guys. He's probably a top 15 player of all time. You got to throw him there. What else we got? Giannis. Okay, there. That fills out the top 5 right there. That fills out the top 5. And if I'm going to put it in order, I'm going to put Giannis in front of AD. And that's how I would rank those 5. Okay. But Giannis, multiple time MVP, multiple time defensive player of the year. I mean, defensive player of the year. NBA Finals champion, NBA Finals MVP. He's been the top 3 player in the league for like the past 7 years. It's a no-brainer. Okay. If I'm gonna be honest, if I'm being real with you, personally, like completely just personally, historically, Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward on here. I think Giannis would have held his own against these guys, though. I do believe that. Drew Gooden. I'm gonna go table 6. He was on that terrible Cavaliers team that went to the finals and lost to Tim Duncan. He was a good catch and pop guy, mid range. Post moves weren't really like that. Kind of was. He fit that team, but he kind of was somewhat of a waste. Al Harrington. I'm gonna go table 5, but just like the guys in table 4, he could put that ball in the basket. Every night he did his thing. He was a 20 anywhere between 20-25 points, anywhere between 6 to 9 rebounds. Al Harrington was a bucket, all right. But I will go table 5 with him. UD, easy table 6. Vet leader. That's about it. He could hit the mid range at one point, but his career was literally based off being a great guy to look up to on his squad. That's it. He did win a championship with that Shaquille O'Neal, Dwayne Wade, 2006 NBA Final squad, and he did play a key role. But the man retired in like 24. That man had a long career, and his highlight was from 2006. So yeah, Serge Ibaka. So with Serge, I'm gonna go table 6. Offensively was never his deal. Really explosive big man though. Great defender. He's probably I ain't the best defender out here so far. He's a top. He's not a better defender. These 2, not him. He's a top 5 defender. Oh shit, maybe not Draymond either. He's a good defender. Okay, I was trying to give him some. Yeah, he's a good defender, good shot blocker, strong. He could go down there and fight with the big men, but he wasn't much. Antoine Jameson, see another one, man, bucket getter. But yeah, I'm gonna throw him up here because you gotta still kind of play it so a certain way. He may end up going down. He's a really good scorer. Another one of those guys. I believe when he was on those Golden State, not Golden State, when he was on those Wizards teams with Gilbert Arenas, Caron Butler, he was like one of those offensive weapons, man, where he can go out there and get you 20, 30 points when those guys have a bad night. And I think he was an all-star on that squad too. So Antoine Jameson, bucket getter, but at the same time, his role was somewhat limited in a sense. You know what I mean? Jeff Green, I'm gonna go table 6. He lasted a long time in the league. I got to give him that. Um, man, he has like a poster highlight reel for sure. He's dunked on almost everybody. He's a cheat code on 2K. If you know how to play the game, he is a cheat code. He is, as they would say, LeBron without a jump shot. Yeah. Yeah. He was a decent backup small forward, man. But he's definitely table 6. Jermaine O'Neal. See, all of these guys are somewhat. I could throw them up there. These are all the same player, bro. All of these are mid-range assassins. He can shoot the 3 ball though. Mid-range assassins. Amazing. See, Jermaine O'Neal though, like LaMarcus Aldridge, they had that face-up game. You can give them the ball. You can give them the ball, and they can create something for themselves. They were bucket getters. So Jermaine O'Neal may end up going up because honestly, truly, Jermaine O'Neal kind of had like a Chris Bosh type of game. So, see, I would say LaMarcus Aldridge as well, but his wasn't as explosive as Jermaine O'Neal's and Chris Bosh. They will dunk on you, okay? LaMarcus Aldridge not gonna dunk on you, but Jermaine O'Neal and Bosh, they will dunk on your ass. Jaren Jackson. I'm gonna put him table 5. He does have a Defensive Player of the Year award, multiple time All-Star. He can step out, shoot a 3. He's a stretch 4. 3 and D at that. I'm gonna move. No, I'm leaving where he's at. He could move up later in the video, but as of right now, I'm gonna put him table 5. What else we got? John Collins. I'm gonna go table 6. Super athlete for sure though. He's an athlete. I'm a fan of him for other reasons though, bro. Like his off the court stuff is like a real reason I'm a fan of his, but I'm gonna keep it basketball. But John Collins, he does amazing job he did an amazing job with the Atlanta Hawks. He's doing an even better job with the Dallas Mavericks right now. I was able to sign that big extension. Now, what else we got? Come on, get that off the screen. Ooh, Jay Smooth, Josh Smith. Okay, Josh Smith, man. So I can't put him with. I can though, because he's a multiple-time All-Star. So I'm gonna put him up here. But offensively, he's the worst guy up here. Because what Josh Smith turned into in Houston, he turned into a 3-point shooter somewhat. But for the most part, he was a amazing defender, man. Josh Smith could guard, I would say 3 and 4, maybe sometimes 5, depending on who you got out there. And amazing shot blocker, man. But what I liked at Josh Smith, man, he ran the floor. Literally, he run. You just throw it up. He's going to get it. Okay, I gotta put him here because he's a multiple-time All-Star, multiple-time defensive team. You know, not player. I don't know if he has. No, he does not have a defensive player of the year, but he has multiple all NBA defensive teams. So what else we got? Kenya Martin. You got him All-Star nod. Similar, man. Similar to a Josh Smith. Not really a proven shooter. See, I'm gonna have to break this up now. Not really a proven shooter. Very explosive. Went on that playoff run that lost to the Lakers with Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, Kerry Kittles, I believe, was the shooting guard on that squad. And obviously ended up getting Vince Carter later. But man, first overall pick right here. Very explosive. I'm talking. When he dunked, he tried to take the rim down with him, man. And yeah, that's where I'm gonna go with him for now. Ooh, K-Love. So I'm gonna put K-Love table 2. Okay. NBA champion on what I think is the greatest championship. Again, I think Dirk had the best run. I think this is the greatest championship of all time with the Cavs. LeBron, Kyrie came back from 3-1 against Golden State. Draymond got fouled out, got suspended the game, yada, yada, yada. But he sat down on Steph the last play of the game to seal it. But K-Love in his prime, if you know, 30 and 20, 35 and 25, 40 and 20, 30 rebound game. Um, Three, he can step out and shoot a three. He was amazing in the post, and he lost weight. So this, I'm talking Timberwolves was a heavy, fat guy. He was kind of like what Jokic is without the passing ability. He was kind of what well, actually, he could pass. He could throw a full court pass. Actually, now think about it. But so far as creativity within the pass, like out of the post, stuff like that, he doesn't have that like a Nikola Jokic. He can make a full court dime though, on the money. But the way he was in the post, stepping out, getting a bucket, Kevin Love was he was that, okay? Easily a table two. Um, he does not fit the mold for table one, so I have to put him table two. Yeah, man. Oh, Luis Scola. Okay. Now I'm gonna go table six for Luis Scola. But another one of those unhinged, random, came out of nowhere type of big man. He was on those Yao Ming. Was he? No, he was. Yeah, I believe he was, for the last couple years of that. He was on that Yao Ming Houston Rockets squad, and then he was on those squads. Rayford Austin guy. Rayford Austin guys like that. I think he was on Isaiah Cannon Houston Rockets squad, I believe. Trevor Reeves was on that squad, I believe. He did his role. Nothing too outrageous. Nothing worthy of an All Star or anything like that. But to give him his recognition, you got to give him something. I'm gonna put. I think that's Marcus Morris. I'm gonna put him table 6, 3-and-D guy. Nothing too serious. Same with Markeith Morris. Markeith, 3-and-D guy. Nothing too crazy. But as we see, I'm gonna have to move some guys up. All right. Lauri Markkanen. Okay, just because I have to move guys up. And I would say Lauri Markkanen is a better individual player than any of these guys here. He's easily a, 25, 8-and-8 guy every night. 25, 8-6 guy every night. He's been an all-star. Could have been an all-star again this year. A lot of people feel like he got cheated out. Bucket getter, good defender, 3-and-D. Lauri Markkanen, I'm going to go table 5. Oh, Paul Millsap. See, Paul Millsap, similar game to a lot of guys on here. I see him getting moved down, but as of right now, I'll put him there. I'm putting a lot of guys who have the same game up here, man. Paul Millsap was a good face-up guy. Beat his name. Good face-up guy. He was on those Hawks teams that were really, just like Josh Smith, they were on the same squads. Really good teams, but could not get over the hump. They ran into LeBron and the Cavs, and they could not make anything happen. Okay. Ooh, hello, Lamar Odom. See, yeah, I'm gonna have to move some guys up, man. Lamar Odom's easily 4, may end up being in 3. Lamar Odom is one of my favorite small forwards, man. You got a 6'10", almost 7-foot point guard who can ball handle, could shoot the 3, lefty, smooth, had a crazy handle, man. Not a bad rebounder, not a bad defender. Played a key role on that those 2 Lakers squads that had won the back-to-back. I think it was 9 and 10. Yeah, yep. Lamar Odom was that guy. 6th man of the year. Got with a Kardashian. He did all of that. A little dope. Paul Gasol. I think he has to go table 2. Because he's better than everybody under them. Like, let's be clear. Man, top 75 player. Now that I think about it, yeah, I am doing this thing right, man. Everybody up here is a top 75 player. Oh, thank you. I don't know if it's Kevin Love. I believe Kevin Love is. I could be wrong. But Paul Gasol, top 75 player, one of the greatest power forwards that played the game. He held his own against everybody on this list. And he outplayed a lot of guys on this list. When they went up against the Spurs, he did his thing against Tim Duncan. When they played Boston in the finals, he did his thing up against Kevin Garnett. He got dunked on by Blake Griffin a lot. But he always outplayed, for the most part, he always outplayed Blake Griffin when it really matters. Paul Gasol is IQ, mid-range game, defender. His game comes off as soft, okay? But he was poised, man. I think what most people like about Paul Gasol's game is he played at his own speed. Okay. There was no, we got to speed him up, make him do this. He's going to play his own game. And what him and Kobe had was amazing. Even him in Memphis was amazing. But what him and Kobe had, him in Chicago wasn't bad. But what him and Kobe had was the closest thing to what Kobe had with Shaq. All right. We got who we got here? That's some names. I think it's PJ Brown. I'm gonna go table 6 with PJ Brown. Bro, why is this on the screen? This is like really throwing my screen on. Come on, man. How you get rid of this? All right, anywho. PJ Brown. I'm gonna go table 6. What else we got? Yeah, that's really throwing me off. So I can't even see. Damn it. Oh, there we go. Sucks to have to do it like that though. Bobby Portis, easy table 6. Not much going there. Porzingis, I'll go table 5 with Porzingis. His career has been riddled with injury, but when healthy, well, back in his younger days, back when healthy, a monster. He is NBA champion with the Celtics, but even then, you know, he was here one game, out one game. But I think for his career, I think he's like in his prime though, with New York, his peak, he was a 30 a night type of guy. But I would say what you can get out of Porzingis on a good night to this day is 16, 18 points. And he can step out, shoot a 3, good scorer down the post. 18, 9, 2 blocks, something like that. Damn, I gotta fix this. Pascal Siakam, I'm gonna put him table 3. He is a champion. I don't know if I necessarily take him over some of these guys, but actually I think I would, because what you're gonna get out of Pascal Siakam is a full stat sheet that amounts to winning. Okay, Pascal Siakam is no slouch. He was on that championship team with Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry, that took out the Golden State Warriors. That was loaded. They did get injured, but they were the loaded Golden State Warriors, and he played absolutely amazing. Julius Randle, I'm gonna put him here by default. Multiple-time All-Star. He has not won anything. He has been on really good teams, but until I can figure out how I want to mix this up, I want to put him table 3. Okay, let me see what we got. Oh, Rasheed Wallace, table 2. Okay. Champion with the Pistons, monster in Portland with the Blazers, monster with the Pistons. New York was the fall off, but Rasheed Wallace for his career, 3 and D and everything in between. You know, he had the face-up game, he had the post, he could step out, shoot the 3. He was a good defender. He was the catalyst on that Detroit Pistons team. Obviously, Ben Wallace was the best defender on the squad, but you had to get past Rasheed to meet Ben Wallace at the basket, and you didn't want to do that. So you were locked up. You almost had to shoot a 3 and hope that you got through Tayshaun, Rip, and Chauncey. Rasheed is a shoe-in for tier 2. Ryan Anderson, I'm going to go table 6. Just a shooter. Okay, I will put him simply as a shooter and nothing more. Was that Sharif Abdur-Rahim? I think that's how you say his name. Yeah, is that how he's in there? Yeah, Sharif Abdur-Rahim. Yeah. Okay, so I know he has been an all-star and whatnot. He may get moved up. I'm gonna put him table 6 right now, simply because I'm not up on his game like that. You know, I was a youngin when he was at his peak. I do know there was he was, like I said, he's an all-star, so the star quality was, I put him tier 5. Fuck it. Amar'e Stoudemire, thank you. More good players. I'm gonna put him table 3 because I feel like this is more his list. Amar'e with his own, man, nah, so Nash won the MVPs, but Amar'e Stoudemire was the best player on the team. Okay, simple. You knew what you're getting out of Amar'e Stoudemire every night. You're gonna get points, rebounds, blocks, explosiveness. He was the Blake Griffin before Blake Griffin. He was all of that. He was on that New York squad before Melo got there. They were saying Amar'e Stoudemire could win MVP. Okay, so yeah, he was the guy. All right, Taj Gibson, table 6. Come on now. C Webb, hey, C Webb. I'm gonna go table 2. You know what, man? We're gonna figure this out. A lot of people say that C Webb is a shoe in Hall of Famer, shoe in this, and that. He was a really good player on those Sacramento squads that could not get over the hump. A lot of people think that they were cheated because of Donahue, the referee, and from what I've seen, they were cheated. They probably would be an NBA champion. He was on a really, really good Sacramento squad, the White Chocolate Jason Williams squad, as well as the Mike Bibby squad to have Vlade, Doug Christie, Peja Stojakovic. C. Webb was the leader of that squad. Okay. But if I'm being real with you, his career was no different than Amari Stoudemire, who could actually shoot the ball a little bit better than him. It was just dominance down low. Similar to similar to an Amari Stoudemire, similar to a Blake Griffin. To me, that's what Chris Webber was. Okay. Again, I got to move guys up, so he may get moved up. But if I'm being real with you, from what I've seen, his ceiling was table 3 with these guys. But some of these guys are going to turn into table 2, obviously. Zach Randolph, another one. So for me, I'm going to put Zach Randolph table 3. Okay. He was a real dog. Similar games to LaMarcus Aldridge. Similar game as a David West. Those were like the prototypical slow, get to my spot, score on you out of the post. Shifty in a sense because they had a quick first step off that first initial dribble. Okay. Man, crazy post game, man. Left Michigan State because he needed that paper and he did not want to go back and be broke. But it panned out for him. Was an absolute monster in Memphis. Now, again, I got to say, his game more so fits a lot of the guys I have in table 4, but I'm going to put him table 3. Zion Williamson. So, I'm going to put Zion table 5. But I want to say this, and I got to be clear. Healthy Zion is one of the best players in the NBA. Healthy Zion Williamson is a Giannis type of player, man. He's just been injured. He's been out of shape. But when healthy, you're going to get the most efficient player in the NBA, one of the most dominant players in the NBA. Zion is that guy, okay? It's just you never know his health status, okay? When he plays, you can guarantee you're going to get 20 plus on the points, 8 plus on the rebounds, maybe 5 plus on assists, 3 explosive dunks, maybe 2 blocks, and whoever's guarding him is getting destroyed. I'm going to put him table 5 right now, but we're going to see what's happening. So the table 1 has rounded up. This is the top 5. And what I would say is the order. Now with table 2, we got to move guys up. And traditionally what I've done is I pull guys from the list below and just slid them up. Let's see. So we got 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. 10. You got to throw Draymond up there, okay? For 11, I would put Amari Stoudemire up there. For 12, I would throw Blake up there. 13, I'm going to throw C. Webb. And for 14, Siakam got the ring. You got to throw Siakam up there. Now, if you're asking me would I rather have Siakam or Zach Randolph? I think that I personally would rather have Zach Randolph. But you may get more stat-wise out of a Pascal Siakam. Okay? And that rounds up to 14. So you got 15, 16 here. All righty. I would move up LaMarcus Aldridge. That's 17. I will move up Jermaine O'Neal. That would be 18. Multiple time All-Star there. Man, it's where it starts to get tough. I would throw Lamar Odom up there. Okay. You got to throw Antoine Walker up there. I gotta pick 3 more guys. 3 more. And it's hard because some of these guys kind of mix in. Man. This is where you got to really know them accolades. Because all these guys are all-stars. Every last one of them. Man, this is tough. I'm gonna go David West. David West gets the nod for me, and I would also go Elton Brand. Just nothing amounted to winning. That's what holds him back for me. I'm gonna go Boozer. And for the last guy up, damn man, last guy up. Who do I want to roll with on the last guy up? Damn. I guess I'm gonna go on Brand. All right. So you got 4, 5, 6, 7. You got to pick 5 more. Okay, and this is just simply moving guys up. Evan Mobley gets the nod. JJ gets the nod. Man, similar careers here. Damn. Healthy, man. When healthy, bro, he's there. He's there when healthy. I'm gonna throw Porzingis up there, and I'm gonna go Lauri Markkanen. Okay. Okay. And from here, we just move these last couple guys up. You got 33, 34, 35. And then you start to move up guys like Serge Ibaka. You move up guys like Bobby Portis is a champion. He is a champion. I can't say that though, because Udonis Haslem's a champion, bro. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Diaw. We're gonna throw no. We do throw David Lee up there. He is an all-star in his own right, independently. Damn, I really don't care to finish this shit, bro. I feel like this is disrespectful to Pascal and these 3, man. 3 more. I'm just gonna go off 3 that I like out of this group. I would go Scola because he can get his own bucket. I would go. See, I really gotta look up on dog PJ Brown. He get his own bucket. Jeff Green, I will put Jeff Green up there, and I'm gonna throw my dog up there, bro. 3-and-D guy though. I'm not taking that away from Marcus Morris. Markieff has never really impressed me. Marcus Morris has impressed me, and I do like Bobby Portis's game. It's just it ain't all that. But anywho, guys, this is my list of the top power forwards of the 21st century. Okay, top 5 rounded off of all top 75 players. We got 3 more top 75 players down here. And if I can move them around, I would put Gasol number 6, Bosh 7, and then I would do K-Love 8. Ooh, and see, this don't got to be in order. So let me stop. Yeah, this don't got to be in order. This don't have to necessarily be in order. Damn. Yeah, I'm cool with it like this. This is my top power forwards of the 21st century, top 50 in no real order outside of the number 1 tier list, guys. I'm gonna catch you guys in another one. It is late. I'm supposed to be asleep. I got the gym tomorrow. I got work tomorrow. I got a lot going on, but I'm gonna get back with you guys in another one. So keep fucking with me, and I'm gonna keep fucking with you. Peace.